Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous, nearly magical Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, your only sanctioned source of entertainment in these dark times. So we're off here to a 1v1 on Villa Fiore here with the new patch Orchid Spider. In the southeast is Arthur Cotton fighting for the German army, Deutschland, here with the 55th Infanterie Division. In the northwest there stands Sir John Harrington fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, here with the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats with Australians. Which I guess is fitting with a patch called Orchid Spider that Australians are featured because, well, they got up off, and there was overall many changes, though the vast majority were inexperienced, which pretty much just got a massive series of overhauls, with pretty much every unit getting new veterancy. Some more notable than others. For example, Sappers for some reason at Veterancy 3 get a 5th guy, which I'm not entirely sure why it was necessary, but here we are. So moving out though, double Grenadiers here versus double Australians. And the Australians on top of their new veterancy also got a buff, so they definitely hit a bit harder. Pioneers here in the center, you can see there, though he's focused up with most of the infantry, obviously wants to keep them together so they can support each other, because individually versus the British, Grenadiers are going to struggle, so it's much more important that they can work together in tandem. And here we got Arthur Cotton though with an interesting move. He's actually going for a Kettenkrad, which, again, not too common, but particularly not like as a later unit here, so that is an interesting, if a bit odd choice out of Arthur Cotton. We'll have to see how that works out. It's definitely not expected or recommended. And now he's seemingly struggling here to like capture both points there. I think he had some issues with his capture order. Yeah, in fact, he's focused so much in the center. He's actually getting no real fuel here compared to his opponent, so Arthur Cotton maybe again, trying out new stuff here with a new patch, but it's definitely leaving him in a bit of an awkward spot here, truth be told. And again, leaves him very much behind on fuel compared to his opponent. So that's definitely not a great start there for the Germans. Grenadiers pushing back the Australians, just withdrawing here, not risking calls versus that many German infantrymen in one place. Crikey! That's a lot of Germans! Moving straight for the cut upon here, bypassing the German main front line. 3rd Grenadiers for Arthur Cotton. So going heavy on the Grenadiers here, who, again, I think actually kind of got nerfed for the change of the veterancy, because they used to have a slightly better veterancy 1 bonus. Now they're just harder to hit. Again, cramming about here. 3rd Grenadiers put out cut off on them, being harassed by British forces. Australians are coming under fire from all sides. Kettenkrad, they're being engaged by Sappers. Actually bypasses them entirely. Very aggressive play to Kettenkrad. Managed to defend the cut-off points. Australians on the centre. We'll have to see, of course, it goes for any MG42s, because the MG42 received some buffs there, basically. Both it has increased accuracy, meaning it does more damage on average because its bullets hit more, but also got some suppression buffs. Plus, it actually got probably some more substantial veterancy bonuses at higher levels.
Our enemy has control over all victory points.
All victory points being held by the British. Arthur Cotton in the wrong place. Also, one interesting yet odd change was they also gave units like the Kettenkrad experience bonuses for when they capture points, so they actually gain a bit of experience when they capture them. It's not all units that gain, they're just units like the Kettenkrad, USF Scouts and such. So it's one of those changes they made there, which I guess is neat, but certainly also feels a bit odd. We got breakthrough for Arthur Cotton, meaning MP40 Grenadiers. We'll be seeing any communication cables for the Kettenkrads and grab points fast. We get some aggressive Raffeneffs as John Harrington as well there. Constantly running around here, harassing, denying resources, which of course further complicate matters for Arthur Cotton after the not ideal capture order there. Definitely not a capture order I'd recommend skipping the fuel points, by the way. That is the last thing I'd recommend, especially versus the British, as they can punish you quite aggressively. It also, especially if it's going to go for, like, infantry officer quarters, delays that. And he's flooding fat bit of manpower, so Arthur Cotton's opening here is definitely messy, to put it mildly. Again, he might be trying out a lot of new stuff there, and it's really, struggling to, keep it all in one place in his head, if you will, but I think it still bears repeating. This is definitely still not ideal. We'll have to, of course, we can somehow turn this around, but and he loses the Grenadiers, but you've got the marksman shot there, the Australians, got the wipe. Further complicated matters, he will need more infantry for sure, but he really should also, just to spend his manpower a bit more actively. In fact, he might use another grenadier because the Australians are hitting hard.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
Australians advancing on the center here, eastern points being seized, just
The enemy have taken
near
our
total map
territory.
control. Arthur Cotton, more grenadiers on the way, but he's really
We have
behind
lost
here.
control of a victory
Is
point.
having an absolutely horrid start. And Sir John Harrington is just all over the place. He's finally building his section command post, but clearly it's just churned out 4 Australian sections with not much issue. They also did, in most cases, increase the upkeep for a lot of the units. Mostly in the case of the infantry by a bit there.
What do you need?
A medic bank, of course, would be great for him here, eventually, but
The enemy is
an
stealing
MD42,
our
I think, would
territory
probably also be a good idea. I mean, that's a lot of infantry, and again, the buffed MD42 might just prove to be helpful. Attempt to dig in the cutoff point, obviously to make it more difficult for the Germans to get it back here. Australian charging in, but they're starting to bleed out. He's overcommitting his infantry, so there's certainly a chance enough for Arthur Cotton to stage more of a combat. We got more MP40s out there. Still flooding manpower, though, not calling in more grenadiers, MD42s, or anything. I do feel like Arthur Cotton, he definitely wants to spend his manpower just a bit more actively. So John Harrington, meanwhile, pushing for that platoon command post. Could see a fast Humber here, which would be disastrous for Arthur Cotton, I think. He's already in the bad spots, maybe. Disastrous is an exaggeration. He's just pretty close to just collapsing entirely in some regards. More grenadiers on the way. No cancers. MD42. Will be interesting to see how that performs. And we got these Sango walls going up here for the Australians. On the field point again, just Sir John Harrington leveraging that newly buffed Australian infantry and just having a lot of it.
We have territory
And infantry
out of
training,
supply.
which of course adds even more punch to them.
They've opened fire.
This is definitely not looking great here for Arthur Cotton.
MG42
Again,
crew available.
barely getting any fuel. 30 fleet maintenance versus 33. That's like a 10 times difference. 11 actually, technically, briefly. So yeah, he really badly needs to get the fuel situation sorted out. But again, part of it is just the way to John Harrington, at least again due to Arthur Cotton's manpower float there, has just had many more units in the field, and he's quite also just easily just then avoided the whatever force he had left and just gone for the points that's going to hurt the most, which is the fuel. So, but now we got 2 MD42s out here for Arthur Cotton, and again worth noting, Veterans 1, that they do get some more bonuses. You can see that they do take a bit more damage. They also more crucially get suppressed faster. Like I've definitely had cases before, an MD42 starts shooting and it doesn't get suppressed, but
The enemy has
they definitely get a bit suppressed faster, but they also just take more damage. So, the MD42 buff does feel meaningful. Kerncrat fixed up there. But, so John Harrington, by the way, while he has gone for this, isn't, say, pushing out a Humber, which would possibly be a crippling move here against Arthur Cotton. Perhaps he's just feeling bold, confident, perhaps it's worth there's a pack or something else hiding. Who knows? What could be the cause for the no Humber here? But it's also not impossible just for the massive resource lead here. That's John Harrington thinking, you know what, I can just push straight ahead for the, company command post and get some tanks out. And honestly, that could be, a much more powerful move. Mines down there, very good.
We have lost a sector.
Yeah, 3 grenadiers, 74-2s. Been a while since seen a Wehrmacht player to commit to multiple MD42s like this. Yeah, he's definitely going to need some anti-tank soon. Now, going this long here, I think, without anti-tank, though, is highly risky. Even if we know Sir John Harrington is slightly pushing for the next tier, instead of going for any Humbers or Stuarts, it is arguably still super risky here for Arthur Cotton just to still have no anti-tank weapons. Pioneers busy at work there. South side machine pushing forwards. Grenadiers are taking a lot of damage. You also got 2 recce packages up there for Sir John Harrington's Australians. Holding up here, Grenadiers charging in at them. Getting some shots in.
Capture point is being lost.
And we got the medic station up here for Arthur Cotton, though with all these grenadiers, a medic bank I think would be a good investment as well. Particularly since it also means you can then spend the fuel on something else. In fact, we still haven't seen any tech here from Arthur Cotton and the 55th Infantry Division.
Give us our orders.
Grenadiers in close quarters fighting with the Australians do get a Stillhand
We have
Grenade.
finished the research.
South, 2 Australian sections caught here by the MU-42. quickly suffering a fair bit of damage, and we even got the veteran's vulnerability pop there. Certainly making things more comfortable for the Australians out in the open there. And very much forced withdraw there. So, a lot of fights here, a lot of engagements. Centre now also opening up here for push by the Germans. Kettenkrad could further, of course, gobble up a lot of terrain, in particular were to upgrade it with the communication cables, which he hasn't done, actually. Perhaps he's just expecting losing it, and so he keeps operating without expectation he's going to lose it, so it's not going to be worth it, and then he just keeps it alive. Meanwhile, to John Harrington pushing for foot guards now. Alrighty. Been a while since we've seen foot guards as well here, but we are in fact seeing a foot guards rush by Sir John Harrington. Even more infantry as well at that matter. Okay, briefly went for something. It is the Luftwaffe company ends up with. So, got some tech there on the way. Finally. What were we doing with it? Jaegers, Flak 30s, 2-to-1s, Bibelwins, Marders? We'll have to see. In multi-machine guns, it does also become a bit harder for John Harrington to move out his infantry. In fact, he might want to consider some mortars out, or other artillery. Scope the Enfields, but too late to see the MG42 hiding in the bushes. And there goes John's wing that here. There we go, sent those packing up. Good shooting, Jürgen! Good shooting! Danke! I mean, you just pulled the trick on this thing. Australians pushing it up north here. German forces making excellent progress. Australians moving in. The Grenadiers flanking about here, hiding up behind the blind side of the building where the Australians can't, or the sappers can't shoot them, but they can shoot through the walls. Back at base here, and nothing further happening. Manpower again being floated here by Arthur Cotton. Bit of a risky habit, I would say. Bit of a risky habit. Got the foot guards on the move there. The Thompsons and the bazookas. There you go, machine gun in a pretty bad spot. Arthur Cotton, of course, quickly seizes upon the optimal decision, which is to just get out of there before that machine gun becomes part of the British Empire.
Advanced weaponry will soon be available. Enemy forces have
and strange support elements here for Arthur Cotton. We got more foot guards up to John Harrington, so 4 Australians into 2 foot guard sections. That's a build order. Strange bring up here, big push, machine gun there. Catches part of the assault here, he's gaining vegetation in the process. Definitely putting a halt to that Grenadiers. Managed to hold up as the Australians for now. Bruce and Bruce have expired. Bruce soon also falling after here. Meanwhile, the other 2 Bruce squads, they're completely pinned down. And there you go, foot guard suppressed well. And you can notice again, the suppression on the MG42 definitely a lot more effective now, just stopping blob assaults than previously. Much more effective. Grenade assault arms in the midst of the Australians, they're quick to get out of there. Crikey, mate! They're throwing grenades at us! Meanwhile, in the centre, Grenadiers bring up. Kettenkrad hanging back, just sort of hiding out there. Hoping the camouflage also works on hiding from the commander. Don't worry, Jürgen. If they can't see me, they can't order me around. And we got a Marder here on the way for Arthur Cotton. The Marder Ausführung M. Initially were empowered with Panzer Division's, I think, tank destroyer unit, but as they got fancier tank destroyers, a lot of the Marders got shifted around to infantry divisions and brought instead. Fun fact. But there you go, Marder 3M out. Last model in the Marder 3 series. Cruise Rangers with the Grenadiers here. Kettenkrad diving out of that engagement. And we got more Grenadiers of Arthur Cotton. Pretty rare to see someone go for Grenadiers this late into the game, and he's in fact equipping them with MP40s, so that is definitely a choice to make. We got the second foot guard section out, so I mean, that fresh Grenadier squad is certainly in for a bit of a challenge there. Can't wait to fight those Englishmen, yeah. I'm sure they won't be that tough. Don't you think so too, Jürgen? I'm sure they'll be very easy to deal with. And there you go, MG42 just continues to be an absolute menace, and so John Harrington continues to be a bit of the belief that who needs mortars, I suppose. Bit of fun around the centre. We got the 2-pounder gun and we got the repair as well. Grenades chucked. Pulls them out in the open. Foot guards are going for deeper flank. Oh, this could get very painful there for Arthur Cotton and the Germans. Though meanwhile, John Harrington feeling a bit of the pain as well there as the Germans keep advancing here. We got Grant's being unlocked, so he's really just living, you know, largely disadvantaged so far. Rushing straight ahead for Grant's. And so John Harrington has Arthur Cotton, has a martyr to stop that. We'll definitely need, I think, more than one martyr for optimal chances there. Particularly with all the foot guards about, I mean, they could very quickly make, you know, short work with a martyr if not careful. Interesting enough, he didn't finish throwing the grenade. I think he actually had a minor shot there. Pioneers taken out here, leaving Arthur Cotton actually with no pioneers at the moment. The Indy forges have definitely proven fairly effective. In fact, Arthur Cotton also seems to believe they're proving fairly effective, so he's going for a third one, which is definitely not something we've seen in a long time. Though, again, I do think it is helped up somewhat by the fact that, you know, his opponent just isn't really trying to counter them. Like, we're seeing no mortars, no artillery, not much, in fact. Which does obviously make MD-42s look a lot more attractive.
We have lost control of a victory point.
We got 4 grenadiers, 3 MD-42s versus 2 foot guards and 4 Australian sections. Grenade assault here, right into the midst of the Australians in the south. Foot guards getting mauled. And a grenadier assault here, launching towards the centre again, the main villa there. Soon to become German property for who knows what time. Marder remaining in reserve, of course, ready to shoot at anything remotely British armoured. And there you go, Sir John Harrington with the M3 Grant medium tank on the way. Arthur Cotton with some replacement Pioneer. And the south, the machine about to be attacked here, Australians moving forwards. Centre falling there to the German army as well. We'll continue sneaking about. He could try grenade assault, I suppose, to try and catch them on the retreat. And further south, the machine's getting outmaneuvered here. But you almost have the Grant ready for Sir John Harrington, and that's really going to be a headache, I think, for Arthur Cotton. Even, you know, the mighty Marder 3 Model M is going to be a bit of a struggle, especially since, you know, if he makes a good push for the foot guards, that could get a bit ugly for the Mard. But there you go, foot guards caught with him before too early here. But they do get out of that Auger fire. Before getting suppressed there. The sheer Esprit de Corps there, at least keeping them somewhat from getting suppressed. There you go, pushing forward. See, machine apparently had to reload, so didn't get them suppressed in time. Pressure in the centre, mounting, and there you go. M3 Grant running forward. See, that's going to be a bit of a headache, as mentioned, for Arthur Cotton. Grenade assault here. The Grant that doesn't care. The Australians, you know, take it in stride. But there you go. Foot guards on the flank of the Marder here, engaging the bazookas. Heavy damage being inflicted here with the guard. Another MD-42 team halting the foot guards. Of course, still suppressed. They still have a chance at hitting the Marder. Popping White Phosphorus rounds, which ironically could have given the foot guards maybe enough time there, but nope.
Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
Lets loose and pins down the foot guards, and the Marder very narrowly survives. A really close call there. Briefly considered Vibelin, but ends up going for another Marder against Sir John Harrington.
We have a new Marder tank destroyer.
There you go, second Marder out, of course, with rapid production, get out fairly fast here. The South Grenadiers back flanked with the Australians. Grant moving in there. And far up north we got the other MD-42 team here holding the line in the name of Das Vaterland. But that is a line that has to give way. Even managed to fetch a fee there, but may not manage to get back home. Australians, foot guards on the retreat path. And a Grenadier squad bites the bullet. They replaced them. And so with what? 2 MD-42s, including one at ace level there. Definitely very good reason for the foot guards to consider vacating the premises. And when the Germans bring in their best MD-42 crews, you know you're no longer welcome. This also applies in the modern day.
sector now under enemy control.
Grenadiers moving forwards. Pushing northwards here with the machines basically just supporting all of his maneuvers here, basically. In a sense, they perform the roles of an LMG team, basically, with the heavy machine gun here.
Command points must be assigned.
Sampers charging in there, Marder charging after the grunt in the center, foot guards rushing straight to the grenadiers here. Sappers versus the grenadiers, MP40 grenadiers losing out to the sappers almost here, but no, they do narrowly overcome the British and their stiff upper lips. What will be next for Alpha Cotton? Might be just going to go straight for a Tiger tank. Might want to keep that machine behind these grenadiers though. Double Marder 3C versus a Grant. John Harrington isn't too far off from another Grant. So it is worth noting he still hasn't brought in like any support weapons. He's heavily relying on the infantry. Marder shoots, but thanks to repair, of course, here it ends up not doing visually much damage. Second Marder moving in. Pioneers to cover the cutoff point. We got foot guards on it. MD42 at ace level. Definitely making an impact there on the foot guards. Pinning them down pretty rapidly too.
Our front line failed. 250 points remain for us.
Really taking a lot of damage here. Might be an idea. We got a grenade as well. He finally gets out there. Maybe he was hoping to bait out the grenades. Who knows? More bazooka fire there. The center continues to be an absolute arena of violence and carnage here. And there you go. Gammon Bomb almost snuffs out another one of Arthur Cotton's grenadier squads. Bit of quiet here and there. We got 249 to 296. Marder's just hanging back there, enjoying the weather. As much as you can do that in a war zone anyways.
Grenadiers ready. He's dead.
Grant rushing forwards again. Further south streaming, 14 infantry ready to halt them. The continued lack of mortars ready, I tell you, that out of Sir John Harrington is a bit interesting though. But also, like, for the most part, he doesn't even try to sneak up deeper flanks. His overall attack patterns are still very linear, which definitely helps the machine guns a lot more. Another fierce fight for the center. Do get a bit more an actual attempt to flank for the south here. Machine gun there repositioning. Grenades are being chucked in massive amounts. Sappers there caught. Marders moving in. And there you go. Strange man shoots some sandbags here that had not been properly secured here with barbed wire bar for Cotton.
We have lost control of the victory.
They're doing a fair bit of damage there. Even in heavy cover, they're definitely being ripped apart a bit more effectively here. And in the center, white phosphorus rounds. They absolutely making a mockery there of the British lives. Suppressing them, penning them down, just doing a massive amounts of damage. MD42 team goes down. Australians make a run for it. Grenadiers also make a move for it. Shell fits before the Australians make off, is it? Can't trust those Australians, can you now? And in the center there, MD42 just doing good amounts of damage. It definitely feels a bit more like, well, an MG42, which very much were designed to, well, you know, kill. That's why they had the high rate of fire, is because they realized, look, the first shots were typically the most likely to do damage, so it just increased the rate of fire, so that way, you know, boom, someone's likely to drop. So, fun fact there. Second Grand there for Sir John Harrington, but even with those losses here, he's still able to push forward against Arthur Cotton. Got a fun hit, severing the fuel lines here. Targeting this from now for Arthur Cotton and the 55th Infanterie Division, 508th Schwerer Panzerabteilung sending support. That's definitely going to be a bit of a boost here to Arthur Cotton's firepower, that much is for sure. It may just prove a bit more of a problem here for Sir John Harrington, though he does have 2 grants and several sections worth of foot guards. That said, if Arthur Cotton keeps his Tiger tank properly supported, still going to be a hell of a fighting force there. So, moving forward, see Machine Gun Tiger advancing here. Australians suffering a devastating hit, killing Bruce. Mardus, they're keeping in supporting range of the Tiger. Shoots, misses. Mardus, they're getting some hits here. Several shots firing at the Tiger tank, most failing to penetrate here. And even hit. Rush for the center. Mardus there in duel with the Grants. Machine guns advancing here. Foot Guards forced to vacate the premises in the center. Up north, they've got a potential push here as well. This is easing. Machine gun, they're hanging back. Could maybe set up around here, of course. Form up a stronger defense for the center. We've got 114, that was 277. Arthur Cotton definitely needs to work a bit hard on those victory points. Ken Credit ace level, still not upgraded, honestly. Tiger advancing. Grant's hanging back.
Waiting orders. Give us a target.
Tiger shoots, Foot Guards advancing. There he goes, strange wing to the enemy fortress line. I found Mardus being engaged. Tiger withdrawing a bit. Mardus further backing off. Coming in, swinging here. Sir John Harrington wants blood. German blood. Foot Guards here with the rushing assault here. Going for the Mardus. Definitely makes sense to prioritize those, because they certainly aren't going to do much damage to the Tiger tank, but also more like to get knocked out by the Foot Guards, which I think is more the priority here. There you go, got one Marder. Minor blow there to Arthur Cotton.
Marder tank this. Victory point lost.
Grant's going for them before two. We still got one Marder support though, and the Tiger. And the center Foot Guard section getting demolished. Fresh Marder out though, quickly building it. Because again of rapid production. And an MU-42 team here making a rather aggressive short work of the Australians there. So I think it's safe to say that Arthur Cotton's getting a decent amount of value out of all these MD-42 teams.
Infantry can initiate breakthrough tactics to recapture ground.
Get yourself heads up, kid. The sector has been secured.
Pushed off there. We do, of course, some Marder repairs. Some more Pioneers, I think, is a very good investment for Arthur Cotton to help repair the Tiger and the Marders a bit faster and more consistently.
Pioneers are reporting for duty.
But again, good pressure on the north of east here from Sir John Harrington. Outmaneuvering and hitting weak spots there in Arthur Cotton's lines. As for Sir John Harrington, I mean, he could go for more Grants, but it might also be he wants to consider, like, the Archer here, considering he does have the unit selected there, to, like, counter the Tiger tank, at least attempt to. Another Foot Guard assault in the center. 7th Armored launches again forwards. Southside Grant striking at the southern flank. Center, though, again, just an absolute spectacle of destruction.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
There you go, Foot Guards forced off. Tiger tank veterans, you want. Needs to get that cut-off point back. But what is Sir John Harrington planning? I mean, he does have a good lead in terms of overall units taken out. Victory points wise. Map controls all looking nice there, but in other respects, certainly cracks are starting to appear into John Harrington's overall chances here. Grant charging in there. Mars engaging. Fresh push in the center. Almost got one of the Australian sections there. Machine's about to get taken up with the Grant. Sapper supporting here. Could get it. Yes, wiped. Bit of a blow there to Arthur Cotton and destroyed. Removing that machine gun here from the equation. Bit of a blow there to the Germans. 102 vs 237.
This should hold you for now.
We have lost control of the victory point.
No attempt up north for now, and there goes trenching to the south side, preparing fortifications. Tiger tank rushing. Grant, of course, continue to maintain, like, you know, a bit of distances. They can both support it, but also in case the Tiger tank gets flanked, you can, like, ensure that that flank can't be easily maintained. And there's some Australians, the foot guards charging in the different Australian. Going for the MD-42 team here, Gammon bomb off. Tiger tank there to rescue Grenadiers as well here. The foot guards are very much forced to vacate the premises. 9 infused 237. And the south, Grant striking at the exposed Grenadiers here. But no take support, they are fairly easy targets. The only thing that's basically keeping them in position are the sandbags.
We have a new Marder tank destroyer.
And we got a third Marder at Arthur Cotton. A lot of Marders. It's only showing these Grants are a definite point of concern for them. As they should be. But will Arthur Cotton soon go for other things? Vibravens, tech up. Side tech for Stoogs. Who knows?
Our brave infantry has
And another German unit they're taking out. Lost another Grenadier squad. Arthur Cotton running short infantry. And MD-42s. There we go, Sabas engaged, forced back. Southern victory point open here to the Germans again. We got a push on the centre, Grants moving in. Marders doing what they can there again. Triple Marders. This is a bit of a headache for the Grants. So, of course, the Marders are fairly thin. The armor don't have a lot of health, so... Ooh, Tiger tank exposing its side armor to the foot guards is very risky. And your 42 team there again, ace level, halting that British assault, these parts of it. Thumbs up there to Arthur Cotton, these MD-42s. Definitely been a while since I've seen MD-42s have that impact on the field end, then obviously being in German hands.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
Got a Marder. But in the end, very much forced withdrawing in. All of these MD-42s just being such a massive threat here to Sir John Harrington. Yeah, the lack of mortars or any other artillery is really not doing him any favours against them. And there you go, Archer tanks are out. 17-pounder gun mounted on the Valentine tank chassis. One of many British tank destroyers or self-propelled anti-tanks, they call them, that mounted the 17-pounder gun. Something.
Marder tank destroyer is ready for combat.
Another Marder out there, good target engaged by the Archer.
Bastards have secured our territory from us.
Target tanking is best here to build some distance between it and the Archer, and foot guards got wiped out. Big blow hit to toilet guy. Oh, it's John Harrington. Massive blow. Really stands for an infantry. He still has good map control, but with these kind of infantry losses, it's going to be tougher to manage it. Arching back here. Using southwestern fuel. Eager being repaired. Marder's hanging back here with their Pat 40 guns. Okay, moving forwards. Grant's Archer infantry. Should definitely be careful though to march in the Archer first, as the Marders are ready. They're sighted in fact, so that could quickly cost the Archer.
They are down to 200 points.
There you go. Grant, Archer going for it, targeting himself a bit of damage. In the center, foot guards hold it. Tiger tank takes another massive hit. Archer not withdrawing emails. The Grant is. Oh, yeah, we could see them. Archer get knocked out, and he gets it. Definitely a slip here by Sir John Harrington. That's a huge kill here for Arthur Cotton. That Archer barely did anything before it got knocked out. So that's a lot of resources just kind of down the drain here. Didn't even take out a single Marder with that. That is huge. That really puts Sir John Harrington in a disadvantaged position compared to Arthur Cotton. I mean, he still has more victory points, but that's about really all he can muster. And there you go, Grand Triangle flying in, but again, the Martyrs here doing a lot of damage. Really been a while since the Martyrs really just go to town like that. North, the Grandies versus the Australians, they're quickly forced out there in the end. Well, quickly, but they are forced out. So what is it John Harrington's going to try and do to break this out? And we got another MB42 for Arthur Cotton. Another machine gewehr. Which is certainly an option. Tiger shoots, misses though. Didn't quite miss there, certainly took out Reginald.
An MG42 team is ready.
Third MG42 team ready, Foot got one for the flank here. Martyrs getting slammed. MG42 providing coverage there from the centre. Australians being torn apart there. Looks like the Foot guards. But also, John Harrington is really just losing more and more momentum. He's just struggling again. I mean, the previous set of tactics just really just can't keep working out because Arthur Cotton's effectively countered them. And instead of adapting to that, so John Harrington just, in a sense, keeps repeating the same tactics, hoping that somehow they'll work again. Well, the South Australians are busy. Teague advancing. Pushing the Foot guards, Grant's moving, but still got the Martyrs here providing a massive amount of firepower. We could see when the Grants get knocked out here, and got it! Big blow there to Sir John Harrington. Got one Martyr, but Martyr for Grant is definitely not a good trade-off there for the British.
The enemy is down to only 50 points.
And there you go, Arthur Cotton immediately replacing them. Certainly rapid production makes the loss of the Martyr even less of an issue because you can just very quickly build a new one and have it back in a position with the rest. And unfortunately, John Harrington basically ends up not being able to exploit the loss in any way or manner, so it just ends up being, honestly, kind of pointless. And if not bad. So Sir John Harrington really needs to change up his tactics. Something needs to aggressively change him. We do finally get some more actual flanks out of him, but will this be simply too little too late to win in the match, or might this just prove to be just enough to turn the tables on the Jerrys? We'll have to see. 16 versus 92. In the center, Australians charging with machine guns heroically, but a bit foolishly. Far up north here, big flank there. Could catch the Arthur. Kilton there, going the South Australian force back. Martyr knocked out, leaving just with one or two Martyrs. And there you go, Grenadiers fall into the massive British infantry, causing a full rout here. So John Harrington's flank there completely went sour. 92 versus 13. Unit taken out, and the final Grant is gone. Things are really collapsing now for the 7th Armored Division. The 55th Infantry Division has proven to be a much more formidable foe than expected.
We must take their last 10 points.
10 points left. 9.
Marder tank destroyer is ready for combat.
7. 6. Like he's just kind of given up. There's men standing about in the base, waiting for orders. 4. Could use breakthrough to expedite things, but probably won't matter at 1 point. And with that is GG, game over. Loss for John Harrington, a victory for Arthur Cotton. A brutal match there. Whoops. Certainly showing off some of the various changes there. Obviously, very first match he casted. I probably would be careful reading too much into it, but might give some indicators what I expect. I definitely expect the machine to see more play alongside the Australians. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Instinct. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting and riveting episode. Cheers, everyone. Holy smokes, those stats in the Australians really crazy.